But just as he looms over the midterms, despite not being on the ballot, he can't help but be a specter in the courtroom. Question 29 on the juror questionnaire form got to the crux of it. Do you have any strong opinions or firmly held beliefs about former President Donald J. Trump, either positive or negative, that would interfere with your ability to be a fair and impartial juror? As lead prosecutor Susan Hoffinger told the court, if we were to strike every juror who had a negative opinion about Donald Trump, we wouldn't be able to get a jury at all. And you have to believe other prosecutors who may be considering prosecuting Trump himself are closely watching this trial, this process. When Judge Juan Merchan first informed 130 potential jurors about details of this case, many waved their hands in the air to request private screening by the judge and lawyers about reasons they could not serve. More than half were then dismissed. One man was excused after saying Trump made him, quote, sick to his guts. Another was gone after calling Trump a demonstrative liar. One woman said, he's guilty in my mind, whatever the case is, anything he does, anything his corporation does. Of the 12 selected on Thursday, 3, or a quarter, openly said they are not fans of the former president, but nevertheless said they could be fair and impartial as jurors. The man who would become juror number 8 said, honestly, I used to think he was funny before he was president. Then he started acting a little crazy and narcissistic. That's the only reason I didn't like him as president, not so much policy. Joining me now are 2 veteran Philadelphia lawyers working for the Trump Payroll Corporation defense team, William Brennan and Michael van der Veen, both of whom also represented Trump during his second impeachment, with van der Veen taking the lead role. You'll remember him.
Putting in their evidence, so I started to be able to get looking at it. You need to stop. There was nothing fun here, Mr. Raskin. We aren't having fun here. This is about the most
Michael van der Veen, you're starting this trial with a quarter of the jurors saying they don't like, and I get it, you represent a corporate entity, but come on, they don't like Donald Trump. How can you win that?
Well, the first, you win it by putting the facts into the case and putting your defenses on. But what we did in the jury selection is we tried to separate Donald Trump from the company. He's not a defendant in this case. They've investigated his companies thoroughly. They didn't charge him with any criminal conduct, and the running of the company and the folks that were doing the acting for the company are the focus of the trial, and I think will be what carries the day for us.
Bill Brennan, you've been quoted in the media as saying this is a garden variety tax fraud case, but still, won't it become a referendum on Trump?
Michael, that's out of my control. I've been doing this for 35 years. This is a garden variety tax fraud criminal case, and that's how I'm going to try it. And we spent a long time this week trying to select 12 jurors who gave their word that they'll give us a fair shot. And I believe in the jury system, and I believe that when people get into that jury box, in that jury room, their best instincts take over. And I take them at their word that they'll give us a fair shake. You know, we're presumed innocent, and I think that, you know, we'll have a fair jury.
Michael van der Veen, so if I'm a prospective juror and I'm asked, what do you think of Donald Trump, and I disparage him, in fact, maybe I even use the word despise, how does it work? Am I then asked a question by the court, well, you know, Mr. Smerconish, could you nevertheless put aside those feelings? And if I say, yeah, I can put aside all that, then I'm in?
Yeah, that's basically it, and a little bit more expansive too, Mike. What we do is we really start asking probing questions about the specifics of their feelings or emotions, and talk to them about weighing the balance. But what's really most critical, and what we rely on and what all lawyers rely on, is once that jury is picked, seated, and sworn in, and they go back and they listen to the evidence and deliberate, that door closes, and boy, people try to do the best they can. They put aside their prejudices. They for the most part, put aside their biases, and try to be the best jurors they can. They follow. We find that they follow the judge's instructions closely,